All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that rule well and teach well. Peace, love, and salutation to the hope of the elect out there. Yeah, man, I want to do this quick little video, Lord willing, to be edifying. And, it's really a response / testimony. It's a response to Elder Manada Zakba's video that he did last night. O ye Hebrew Israelite posers. All right. And last night I was working on a video and, was just under the weather, so couldn't complete it. So when I woke up this morning, I seen this video and listened to it. And, Elder Manada Zakba was on point, spot on, everything that he was saying, and the video that I was trying to do was really touching on this. It was really like a testimony of when I first came into the truth. That's why I can speak on that and got to understand it now to see that, I was off, man. And I'm gonna show the little slideshow that I got put up to show, like, this is where I was first coming in. You see, t-shirts and fringes, and I had been listening to, HOI, Great Millstone, IUIC, AOI, so like an AOC, Watchmen for Israel, Sakari. So when I went out to start teaching, I was just taking bits and pieces, from each group, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68, just real entry level, But at the same time, sometimes I go to second Ezra, so like the 15th chapter, and a prophesy, just a novice in the scriptures, but I just wanted to teach, we're here the men of Great Millstone, you got to prophesy, you got to prophesy. So I grasped that, like, like I said, I would take bits and pieces, IUIC and UC, they constantly go into Deuteronomy 28 and 68 and Numbers 15, where your fringes at? You gonna get some fringes? Where your fringes, nigga? And I thank Yahweh Shai Shai that he had mercy on me, man, because I was really sincere, and the brothers around me, I was always the one, even at the time, I was always the one that was like, hey, man, man, them Great Millstone, they got it, man. And the guy, that's standing next to me, I never forget, he was like, man, but what about they garment, man? They garments, man. You see they garments, man. Just carnal as hell. But I was one like, man, these men, they got it, man. They always correcting the brothers. These men got it, but they would always, kind of scoff and talk shit. But, that's neither here nor there. But the two, that's by me, they're no longer teaching. All right. Show you just a little stroll down memory lane. Also too, Elder Apostle Rakah sparked it too, the video he did yesterday, where he was just talking about the old One West School and when he first came in and things. So this is just my testimony. All right. And here again, that's me. I said I got to go out, and teach, but was off. I be real, I didn't have the true understanding. I was preaching at Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, which is not the Sabbath. When you get the true understanding, when I heard a Great Millstone brother break it down, I caught it instantly. Like, Noah, and the men of old didn't have no calendar that said Friday, he wasn't, and the men of old weren't saying that it's Friday is the Sabbath, y'all. They went by the moon. All right. We were just teaching, fringes. Where your fringes at, brother? You know, at the time we was getting lineups and shit, you know, just really didn't have the true understanding. You know, and the brother that's reading from me, you know, he ended up, you know, coming to Great Millstone with me. You know, we was the ones sincere. We was going out, you know, we was on fire, man. You know, that's why when Elder Apostle Ricard was touching on, we was on fire, man. You know, we would go all throughout the week, you know, and, you know, just thinking as a man, I see that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai seeing that we was sincere. You know, we was really seeking the truth. You know, even in the midst of that, you know, the brother who's reading for me, you know, we was like, man, we need some elders, man. You know, we need some elders. It was just something that wasn't sitting right in our spirit, you know. And at the same time, we were just like them niggas, you know, those posers that Elder Manatazakba was talking about. You know, we were posing, man. We get out, man. We go on the strip. You know, we have our friends just, yeah, Kwam Yashala. You know, just some niggas, man. You know, and it's embarrassing to this day. You know, I don't glorify that shit, man. It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace, man. You know, but the Lord had me go through this so I can understand. You know, that ain't it. You know, and, you know, the Spirit was on me to do the video because there's a lot of people that's with these camps, you know, these off camps that, you know, for whatever reason, they don't want to leave. You know, they've heard Great Millstone. You know, they've heard the rebukes, but they probably have ties and bonds, you know, with men in the camp. You know, they probably afraid that they going to be, you know, talked about and shit. But, hey, man, you know, like I used to say, and the brother vouched, you know, I was like, man, fuck all that, man. This is my salvation. You know, I don't give a fuck, man. I leave. If I had to walk alone, you know, I leave. You know, I want salvation, you know. So, you know, fast forward to down the road, I think it was like some of the first time, you know, the blood brother Dawada, you know, he would come to the gas station that we was teaching at, you know, and one day, you know, I was like, you know, what's going on with bro? Like I used to see his YouTube, bro was, you know, putting up edifying lessons, you know, but he ain't have his fringes on. So, you know, I asked him, I was like, you know, hey bro, like what's up? You know, why you ain't got your friends on? And I knew Dawada in the world, you know, that's you know, my big brother, that's Big Op, you know, and he said, you know, it's not wise, you know, in the times that we in, you know, he explained, and I got it immediately. You know, the Spirit in Buckle. But what about numbers? You know, you gotta have your friends on. I understood it, you know, and he, you know, I just kept listening to him, and one day, you know, he said, you know, come out, you know, with me, you know, and I started reading for him, and this was in the midst of me being in the other group, and and I would go back and tell them like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? This ain't, you know, this ain't it. You know, because also in the midst we had started listening to we had started getting counsel from the Battle Axes. You know, they like a spinoff group of the what them niggas in Texas. They was like an offshoot of the men in Texas One Body. You know, and it was just like that shit didn't sit right. It was like, man, this ain't it. So I continued to go out, you know, with Dawada, you know, GMS Saints of the Most High, you know, and I started getting the understanding and seeing like, you know, this it. You know, then I heard the apostles, you know, got introduced to the apostles. You know, I'm like, man, these the men. You know, and I ain't look back. You know, I got built up in the spirit, you know, and I ain't look back, man. You know, can't nobody come with no all shit, man. I reject it. My spirit rejects it every time. You know, whether a nigga come with some Jehovah's Witness or even the other Israelite groups, you know, my spirit reject that shit, you know. So yeah, again, man, you know, I come from that t-shirt and fringes, all that, you know, that doctrine of Watchmen for Israel, IUIC, all that shit, man, that shit off, man. You know, so if brothers, you know, are contemplating, you know, getting the truth, man, you know, I must say, you know, it's at Great Millstone, man. Those are the men starting with the apostles and elders those are the men that Yahweh Shai is dealing with, man. And I can see clearly. It's a song, I can see clearly now. I can see clearly, man. These are the men that Yahweh Shai is dealing with, man. And all you posers, man, hey, man, the scriptures tells us, follow not a multitude to do evil. You at some point, man, you just gonna have to wise up, and leave, man, run out these groups, man. I can speak on, I was a part of it, man, just really in that spirit, wanted to be seen, wanted to, every week, hey, I gotta have some fresh ass fringes this week, Jack. Wanted to, man, bought hella fringes, wanted to be seen, man. So when the elder Manada Zakba was touching on that, I said, yep, man, spot on. That was me. I gotta get a haircut, before camp and all that. And see, man, it ain't all about that. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Where to be glorifying him, preaching his coming. But this was like when I first came in, learned the doctrine. Then, the Lord sent other men, two of these guys, they no longer, even teach anymore. The one on the end next to me, this guy, he no longer goes out with us, and this guy, with the blue bandana, he don't teach with us no more. But the brother with the sackcloth and the green garment, they still teach. This is an old YouTube page of mine. That was us. We got the doctrine. And we went out, prophesying. Prophesying of the MOTB, prophesying of the World War III, prophesying, of the dangers that's set to come. And a lot of these other groups don't do that. Then, now these are the men I teach with, beautiful brothers, diligent. I was just even thinking about Elder Apostle Ricard. I think that was that might have been that's our Sunday camp. The Lord has set it up to where we go, on, we have a midweek camp, a Sunday camp, a Saturday camp, call out Yahweh Shem Shai, and it's beautiful, man. It's a balance. We have other days off, like Elder Apostle Ricard was saying in his video, to get with our woman, and do things, run errands and things, But then, and matter of fact, at one point we was on the other side of the camera. Then Yahweh Shem Shai, bought us on the other side of the camera, with the with the men, the men, man, the true prophets, and yeah, that's pretty much it, oh, ye Hebrew Israelite posers. Yeah, man, you got to come out of that shit, man. That shit off. They off in doctrine, and you got to give an account for that, man. You supposed to be feeding the sheep, man, like Elder Manada Zakba was touching on. A lot of you men ain't doing videos every day. The Lord, the scripture said, so like, if you love me, feed my sheep. And that's the thing, when you come to Great Millstone, man, they gonna groom you, I see, man, they gonna groom you, to be a teacher, man. You're gonna get built up in the spirit and you're gonna start teaching. And a lot, it ain't about just showing up, on, them niggas do that Friday, sundown, Saturday, sundown. It ain't about just showing up at camp, and that's right. It ain't about that, man. It's bigger than that, man. 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter tells us, speak down the ears of my people the words of prophecy. And in Matthew, what he said, go out in the hedges and the highways and bid as many, as will come to the marriage, roughly paraphrase. So that's what we're to be doing. A lot of these niggas is posers, man. I was once opposer. So that's why I can speak on. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua had mercy on me, man. Bought me up out of that shit, man. Increased me, and now got me among the body of the true prophets. The true prophets, man. Hands down, man. Man, 100% sure. No doubt about it. These are the prophets. Starting with the apostles and elders of great millstone. These are the men that Yahweh Shai set up, man. Even the scriptures say everything to be done decent and in order. So the Lord set up an order, and you got to come in, through the straight gate. Well, if you come in another kind of way, the scripture says you're a thief and a robber. So, yeah, man, if you contemplating, leaving, it's in your spirit of, man, this ain't right. Yeah, man, you need to follow, the apostles and elders, or like-minded brothers of great millstone, you know. But yeah, man, that's just my thing. I don't want to rant too much, but it's just pretty much a testimony. Lord willing, is edifying. Shalom.